Orpheum Chukmahat, Tan Kushaman, Apalak Stomoksna. How's it going? Please be seated. We're going to do one more song for you, and it's a song following our Chiak, our protocol, a song that is designed to neutralize negativity. As our teachings tell us that when we come together like this as a family, this is when we're the strongest, and this is something that we should keep in mind, that we are here as a family. So we say that outside on the wall there's an imaginary nail at which we invite you to hang any heaviness, negativity, and leave it outside. It has no business being here when we're together as a family. But please pick it up on your way back out. Running out of space out there. Song we want to share with you is Tum Tum Slolum. Comes from one of our lady ancestors who is said had difficulty getting around, physical disability, but when the family stood up for her and sang, if you can imagine, our longhouse holds 1,000 people and 2 fires, earth floor. They stood up and sang for her. She transcended her disabilities and she danced. So this song represents the medicine of transition, of going from one good place to another good place, just as you are doing here today. So we thank you for this opportunity. We're Spakwasolo, we're from the Squamish Nation, and we're very happy to be a part of your day today. The song is known as Tum Tum Slolum, or Snowbird, not the Anne Murray version, but we'll take requests later for that. You notice the girls will have cedar boughs. Cedar is a medicine, and it can clean negativity and neutralize it. And then again, those cedar boughs will be brought to the streams over on the North Shore and put into the stream over there so that whatever it collected can go back to the source. So that's what's behind this song, and we thank you for this opportunity of doing it. Haichka OCM.
Oh That's the most important piece of today's ceremony. I want to thank Eagle Song dancers from Squamish Nation for leading today's procession, and to Elder Bob Baker for his words of welcome. We always appreciate their participation in today's commencement. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Brad O'Hara. I'm the interim provost and executive dean here at Adler University in Vancouver. It's my pleasure to welcome family, friends, our Adler community, graduands, faculty, administration, staff of the university, and all of our distinguished guests. Before we begin, I would like to acknowledge with respect the history, customs, and cultures of the Coast Salish territories that include Squamish, Musqueam, and Tsleil-Waututh nations, upon which we have the privilege of living and working, and on whose traditional and ancestral lands we are gathered today. We honor all of those who came before us, whose lives are known and unknown to us, those who paved the way for us, and without whom we would not be here. Let us pause a moment for a moment of silence. Thank you. Dr. Lisa Coleman joined Adler University last fall, and in her short time with us, she's made a profound impact at the university and is leading a bold institutional transformation. In just over 1 year, she's overseen the development of a new institutional brand and website, begun reimagining Adlerian principles as they might be reflected in contemporary health and educational systems, and she's strengthened our institutional foundation so we may begin to expand our partnerships and possibilities. Over the past 2 decades, Dr. Coleman has amassed many achievements across post-secondary, healthcare, and industry. She's been recognized nationally and internationally for her work with government systems and for-profit and nonprofit organizations. She's a distinguished scholar with a wealth of experience, which includes her previous role as the inaugural Senior Vice President for Global Inclusion and Strategic Innovation at New York University and at Harvard University, where she served as the Special Assistant to the President and first Chief Diversity Officer, pioneering efforts in technology and disability, policy and services. She joins us today to celebrate and recognize the fine achievements of our graduates. Please help me welcome to the podium Adler University President, Dr. Lisa Coleman.
Thank you, Dr. O'Hara. Well, hello, graduates. 2025, congratulations, you made it. To all family, friends, alumni, current and future students, members of the Adler community, and graduates of the class of 2025, thank you for being here today to celebrate and acknowledge all of these students, all of their hard work, all of the late hours, and in about an hour, how accomplished they will be as we recognize them as they move into alumni status. I am truly excited to stand here before you today. This is my second graduation at Adler, and it is an absolute privilege to share this moment with all of you. Over the past year, I have come to understand Adler not only through its people, its history and partnerships, but through its unwavering commitment to purpose, connection, and collective well-being, and as we call it in our Adlerian language, social interest. That same spirit is reflected in each of you today. Today, you will graduate as more than scholars. You will leave as leaders who embody the Adlerian practice of global leadership, of really building community, of a practice that is relational, reflective, and anchored in purpose and community well-being. It calls us to engage lots of different kinds of complexities, to build bridges and partnerships through co-creation and across silos. And we know you will have already begun to build and design better systems that advance health and well-being for us all. Again, as part of our Adlerian motto, not for ourselves alone, but for all. As you step forward as alumni, remember to stay connected to one another, to this community of breakaway thinkers, global leaders who will go out into the world united through a common purpose. As I've said, to advance well-being across all communities. I would also like at this time to take a moment to acknowledge vital members of our community, our Board of Trustees, members of the administration, program directors, academic leaders, staff and alumni, and members of the Adler community who've come to support you and their contributions to drive and deliver on our promise of education for our students, as well as the investment of our alumni. Their work reminds us that leadership is both a shared responsibility as well as a collective practice. Together, we are reimagining and enacting new models of education. As I call the names of the leadership and program representatives, please stand and remain standing so that we might recognize and thank you for your dedication and stewardship. My boss, Chair of the Adler University Board of Trustees, Susan McLaren. Trustee Jenny Denny. Trustee Thomas O'Shaughnessy. Our distinguished guest, honorand and keynote speaker, Bob Rennie. Our interim provost and executive dean, Dr. Brad O'Hara. Faculty Public Policy and Administration Program, Dr. Ranu Nagagarian. Sorry, I can't see. Dr. Jason Walker, Director of Industrial Organizational Psychology, Health and Wellness Programs. Dr. Katura Walton, Director of Counseling Art Therapy Program. Dr. Asa Sophia Maglio, Director of Counseling Psychology Programs. Should have put my glasses on. Dr. Manal Gergis Younger, Director of the Clinical Psychology Program. Thank you all for your contributions to Adler and beyond. You may be seated. We are also joined by many of our esteemed faculty whose teaching, research, and service exemplify Adler University's purpose and global reach. As I call your name, please remain standing. Benjamin Aiken. Dr. Debbie Cleland. Dr. Christina Cook. Dr. Nicole Dorfin. Dr. Cassandra Evans. Dr. Jenna Hepp. Dr. Ginny Jian. Dr. Sarah Kazavaritz Mogagarden. Dr. Derek Clausen. Dr. Janelle Kui. Dr. Johnson Ma. Dr. Christian Meili. Dr. Jordan Meili. Dr. Somaya Mohammadi. Dr. Hawa Mustafa. Dr. Sarah Psy.D. Dr. Kelsey Sarah Wet-Allen. Dr. Aliraza Sagi Taromi. Dr. Amir Sefri. Dr. Enoch C. Dr. Pega Yagme. And Dr. Diane Zellman. Thank you for all of your contributions to our students and all of the wonderful work you do. You may be seated. We are also joined by many of our staff who support all of our efforts to amplify Adler University's purpose and global reach. Those of our staff who are seated in the auditorium, please stand so that we can recognize you and express our gratitude. Thank you for all you do to make Adler a welcoming place for our students. Graduates, when you embarked on this journey, you did not do it alone. Your family, friends, colleagues, and community joined you. I went to graduate school, and I still remember, as do my family and friends, some of whom are still recovering. I'd like to also take a moment to recognize these individuals for their support, to thank them for their encouragement, guidance, and contributions to our graduates. As we honor everyone who helped to make this day possible, we now turn to those at the center of this celebration, you graduates. We are here to celebrate your unwavering dedication to learning, to building knowledge, expertise, and to advancing scholarship and service, and to preparing yourselves for all that comes next. In just a few moments, you will be an official Adler graduate, joining more than a global community, a community of more than 8,500 alumni. And most importantly, you are Adlerians. Throughout your time, you have embodied the values that define Adler, Gemeinschaftsgefühl and social interest, and the belief that systems begins with the community and partnerships that we build together in reciprocity. You have challenged convention, created change, and demonstrated what it means to lead with purpose. And now with this foundation, as you enter and embark into new possibilities in all of the worlds that you will enter, we are aware that you will continue this work well into the future, and this is part of your foundation, an anchor, if you will. Your journey has likely included long nights studying, hours in front of the computer, writing your theses or dissertations, moments of discovery, perhaps even a little doubt. You've likely experienced triumphs and challenges, some ups and downs, and hopefully you've learned to ask for help when needed and supported by folks around you when you most needed it and were able to reach out. You've worked alongside colleagues, faculty, mentors, and staff, and in some cases, alumni, and we hope that they have provided you with the seminal foundation needed to navigate what comes next. And whether you know it or not, you have also created lifelong communities and perhaps some friendships. Know that you are not alone in what happens next. You have a community here. And as we rebuild our alumni outreach and connections, there will be alumni pages, outreach, and we hope you will continue to network with each other and also with the institution. You will always have Adler. We are building an even stronger relationship so we can celebrate all of your amazing accomplishments in the world. I would now like to turn to introduce our speaker. Each year at commencement, a member of the graduating class is invited to share reflections that exemplify the living practice of Adlerian-formed global leadership. I'm always astounded by our students and the work that they do. It is such a joy and pleasure to talk with you and meet with you about your work. In fact, yesterday I was meeting with some alumni and students and hearing about all of the terrific things that we're doing together. I could not be more excited to introduce our 2025 graduate speaker, soon to be Dr. Shahin Sanaei Seisan, who will be conferred the Doctor of Psychology and Clinical Psychology. His story is one of courage, perseverance, and profound purpose. A journey from beginning anew in Canada to becoming a psychologist and advocate for compassionate care. You reflect the transformative potential of education grounded in connection and community. Your scholarship and practice has explored how belonging, cultural identity, and access to care can shape and reshape well-being. Your work reminds us that healing and inclusion are not abstract concepts. They are daily commitments that strengthen individuals, families, and systems that we can collaborate to hold us all and get better together. Within Adler's community, You have modeled what it means to learn and lead in relationship, to build across cultures, and to turn empathy into advocacy. And we know that you will carry these values of community and courage into all the spaces you enter. Please join me in welcoming our speaker, Dr. Shahin Sanaei. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'll hold this for you.
Knowledge is as wings to man's life and a ladder for his ascent. His acquisition is incumbent upon everyone. Baha'u'llah. Distinguished faculty, honored guests, fellow graduates, friends, and family. It's a profound honor to stand before you today as the graduate speaker in such a meaningful occasion. I would like to begin by acknowledging this moment not only as a personal milestone, but as a collective celebration of perseverance, dedication, and transformation. Each of us sitting here has walked a unique path, some straight, others winding, but all marked by a pursuit of knowledge. As Baha'u'llah reminds us, knowledge is not merely a tool, but a ladder, a means by which we rise, not only to better ourselves, but to uplift others, to create, to heal, and to serve. For me, this journey began in a place where education was not freely accessible. As a Baha'i, I was not allowed to attend university in my country, where discrimination and religious intolerance create the barriers and prevented people like me to pursue higher education. But I believe deeply and persistently that my circumstances did not define my worth or potential. Leaving my home country as a refugee was one of the hardest decisions I've ever made. I left behind my culture, language, and loved ones, but I carried with me something powerful: hope. The hope that somewhere I could pursue my education, that somewhere I could contribute meaningfully to the lives of others, that somewhere I could simply be allowed to learn. That somewhere became Canada. In this new home, I began the long journey of rebuilding my life, learning a new system, working tirelessly, and pursuing my academic dreams. It was not a straight road. Like many of you, I faced sleepless nights, self-doubt, and setbacks, but I also encountered mentors, teachers, and community members who saw my potential and stood beside me when I needed encouragement the most. My initial academic goals were not in psychology, but through my work with vulnerable population, refugees, immigrants, and individuals facing trauma and adversity, I discovered a calling deeper than I had expected. I came to admire the power of psychology, not just as a science, but as a service, a means to restore dignity, healing, and hope to the lives of others. And I want to acknowledge that this journey and this moment were made possible through the opportunity provided by Adler University. Its commitment to social justice, inclusivity, and community engagement has allowed me, and so many of us, to turn aspiration into action and hope into achievement. For that, I'm deeply grateful. I also want to acknowledge my incredible cohort, the class of Psy.D 2020. We began this journey in uncertain time, facing challenges none of us expected. Yet, we showed up with resilience, creativity, and heart. We learned, we laughed, we stressed, and yes, sometimes we cried over SPSS and final assignment at 2 a.m. But through it all, we had each other's back. Whether crossing the stage today or in the year ahead, I'm proud of what we've accomplished together and grateful to have shared this journey. Today, I graduate not only with a doctorate degree, but with a deeper understanding of human aspect. Its fragility, yes, but also its immense resilience. I've learned that healing happens not just in clinics or classrooms, but in every relationship, every small act of compassion, and every moment we choose to listen, to understand, and to be present. To my fellow graduates, we are stepping into a world that needs us more than ever. The challenges we face, mental health crisis, systemic injustice, displacement, trauma, are not small. But neither is the strength we've built through this journey. We have learned not only theories and practices, but patience, empathy, perseverance, and dedication. These are the qualities that will define us as professionals and as people. I would also like to take a moment to honor those who supported us, our families, friends, and mentors. Some of us have crossed oceans, languages, and generations of hardship to be here today. And many of us did not walk this path alone. Whether you held a child on your lap during Zoom classes, worked 2 jobs while working on your dissertation, or fought an invisible battle while showing up anyways, this moment is yours too. On a deeply personal note, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to my beloved family, to my loving, strong, and supportive wife. Your love, patience, and constant encouragement have carried me through the most challenging moments of this journey. And to my incredible, caring, and devoted parents, Mama and Baba, thank you for your sacrifices, your strength, and your unwavering belief in me. I truly would not be standing here today without you. Graduation is not the end of something. It's the beginning of something greater. It's a promise, not just to succeed, but to serve, to carry what we have learned into the world with humility, curiosity, and courage. Let us commit to use our knowledge not just to achieve, but to elevate others. Let us continue to ask hard questions, sit with discomfort, and seek understanding. Let us honor the science that brought us here by using the building bridges across differences, disciplines, and human experiences. And let us remember always that education is not simply about information, it's about transformation. I would like to leave you with a quote from Alfred Adler, who said, "Trust only movement. Life happens at the level of events, not of words. Trust movement." As we move forward in our respective paths, be in research, clinical practice, teaching, or community work, may we never forget that balance between compassion and wisdom, passion and discipline. May we follow our hearts boldly and use our knowledge wisely. Congratulations, class of 2025. We did it, and the world is ready for what we bring next. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Such a pleasure, and congratulations. I'm going to follow up, actually, as we talk a little bit about how our graduates did not get here alone, and there were many who supported, so thank you for setting this up. So I would like to now invite some of our supporters to stand. So as I call each group, I would like you to stand. So I'd like to start with the spouses and partners of all of our graduates. Please stand. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for all that you've done for our graduates. Now, will the children of our graduates please stand and be recognized? Thank you, children. Thank you very much. Now, will the parents and guardians of our graduates please stand and be recognized? All right, grandparents, siblings, aunts, uncles, extended families, please stand. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And last but certainly not least, if you are a friend of any kind to any graduate, please stand up and be recognized. We know it takes a village. Thank you all for your support of all of our graduates. Finally, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge all of the people who made things possible today. From those who prepared the space, coordinated every detail, to those who will stay and even clean up after, turn off the lights, make sure we get out safely, to the teams who keep our campuses running, and those who ensure that our lights stay on. Every element, from the carpet to the chairs, thank you, thank you, thank you. And now, I must thank our interpreters. Thank you very much for being with us here today. Sorry, a little page difference. Okay. Okay, here we are. And now for our keynote. Art, at its most profound level, is not just the pursuit of beauty, but a pursuit of understanding. It teaches us to question perception, to look again and to see differently, and to recognize that what we value and how we interpret the world often comes through shapes and the systems we build through the things that we see and imagine. Education, like art, is both reflective and generative. It is inquiry in motion, a continual dialogue between what is known and what must be imagined. It demands that we confront how we organize our lives, our economies of meaning, the architectures of belonging, and the fragile lines between what we inherit and what we create. Across history, artists and poets have occupied a paradoxical space within society, venerated for their capacity to eliminate truth, yet often silenced for revealing too much of it. In this sense, art is not ornamental, but ontological. It gives form to our collective meaning and challenges us to think and reimagine in new ways. At Adler University, we recognize art as a vital site of social interest. As many know, we have the oldest art therapy program in North America. Art and how we feel and perceive the world is extremely important, and Adler understood this, and Adlerians have understood this as part of transformation, as part of our foundation. Our next speaker, Bob Rennie, has spent a lifetime engaging with this intersection of imaginations, a system, art and structure, community and care. Born and raised here in Vancouver, he has spent his life intertwined with this city, not only shaping its skyline, but helping to shape its cultural and civic imagination. He has also been a valued partner to Adler University. helping us, supporting us in various ways. Rennie's first encounter with art came at the age of 18 when he purchased a Norman Rockwell print. Nearly 5 decades later, he has become a collector and curator, redefining how art functions within urban life and how it can reflect a city's consciousness while helping to build its future. Today, Rennie is the principal of the Rennie Group, a Vancouver-based firm specializing in developer services, brokerage, advisory work, and research. Beyond business, his lifelong engagement with contemporary art has made him one of Canada's most significant collectors, with a collection of more than 2,000 works by over 350 international artists. Throughout his career, Rennie has used art as a tool for civic imagination, exploring how creativity and dialogue can foster and build stronger communities. His contributions extend well beyond collecting through philanthropic and cultural initiatives. He is a true humanitarian, and we are honored to have him on this stage with us. He has created the Rennie Museum. He created space for dialogue, access, and belonging. Here it has challenged the privatization of culture and insists that contemporary art must exist within a public conversation and within spaces of collaboration. Rennie's work truly expands our understanding of leadership. It reminds us that leadership is not confined to governance or policy and is not measured by what one builds, but what one makes possible. Thank you, Bob, for allowing us, bringing us into your various worlds, building so many new things for us to see. I had the pleasure of having dinner with Bob last night, and I have to say it was a true honor. You have really, your contributions to Vancouver and beyond are actually amazing, and we are proud that you will soon be a doctor of Adler University. Please join me in welcoming Bob Rennie, principal of the Rennie Group.
Thank you, Lisa. I'm humbled to follow the first speaker, but as I said to him earlier, I'll bring it back to mediocrity. I just have to get my notes out, sorry. Thank you. Okay, first, I'd like to thank the graduating class of 2025. Thank you for allowing me to stand up here and participate in your ceremony and celebrate with you. I'd also like to thank your president, Dr. Lisa Coleman, who I really enjoyed getting to know last night with others from the university. Your vice president, Rita Dibble, both here today from Chicago. Your chair, Susan McLaren. Your vice chair, Kathleen St. Louis Caliento. And the board of trustees, and of course, your executive dean, Brad O'Hara. And a big shout out to Joy McPhail, who's sitting down here, and your past chair, and Ray Crossman, who's not here, but your past president, for introducing me to Adler and bringing me into your world. And just a huge thank you to anyone that thought it would be okay for me to stand up here. For a number of days after Brad informed me that I'm being honored, and it's my honor to be honored, I went through scenarios, if anything in my life journey would be of interest or of relevance to you today. I was pretty sure your interest didn't lie in my 50 years of advising the development community and governments, yet Lisa said it might have last night. But you would think that Lisa read my notes because it just tied in with where I'm going to go. But what I thought you might find interesting is a guy without a grade 12 education standing up and getting an honorary degree is that I only built a career so that I could build an art collection. An art collection that I started with, no offense, Lisa, at 17, and a collection that is steeped in social commentary and amplifying artist voices, artworks that I think parallel the philosophies and the teachings of the name on your diplomas, all read Adler. At Adler, reading through your teachings and your diplomas come with a deep sense of social interest and mutual responsibility. You're taught through leadership to advance, promote social interest at every level of society, through collaboration, by fostering community connection, and then through impact by creating measurable and sustainable improvements. So I've put together 6 works from a collection, as Lisa referred to, of over 2,000 works in the collection that might speak to your diplomas today. We live in very challenging times. We're challenged by social media. We're challenged by AI. We're challenged by those pretending to care. And as recent as last week, we're challenged by passport gender identification. We have a number of sayings that guide the collection and guide our workplace. We always are asking ourselves, is it social justice or is it social jewelry? And unfortunately, most of the time, it's just social jewelry. So your task with your degrees and my task with the art collection has been to make sure that we are engaged in social justice and avoid the social jewelry side and find new ways to engage. So if I could start here, could you put up the image of Norman Rockwell on both screens? Well, it worked. So Norman Rockwell's Boy and Girl Sitting on Top of the World from 1933 is a print. I was born and raised on the east side of Vancouver. I think I wanted to believe that Rockwell's utopian portrayals of a boy and girl sitting on top of the world actually existed. And then you don't have to go too far to find out that this utopian portrayal, it doesn't exist. Just look outside the beautiful Orpheum Theatre. We all walk past a street that the world could not believe exists in Canada. The Norman Rockwell print was $375 in 1973, money that I had from working at the spaghetti factory local here at $1.65 an hour. I never made it to a waiter, I was a busboy. But when it arrived, there was a $64 bill for shipping. My family never had that sort of cash in the house, so I had to go borrow it from a neighbor. My parents let me hang it above my dad's lazy boy rocker. I debated not to say or not to say that my dad would come home drunk and lay in the lazy boy, and I really wish I had that photo, but I have the image. I often wish I had a photo. This work hangs in our house today, and it always will. Moving along, if you could put the next slide up of Charles White. The artist Charles White, born in 1918 and passed away in 1979. This work, Oh Freedom, is from 1956. I acquired the drawing maybe 10 years ago. Oh Freedom had not been seen for over 60 years when I acquired it. And every time I bid on a Charles White work at auction, I would lose out to Oprah Winfrey. And for some reason, it's a badge of honor, but for some reason she wasn't there when the bidding came up, and I was able to acquire the work. A large-scale reproduction of this image was used as the backdrop for an NAACP-sponsored march and rally on civil rights on July the 10th in 1960, and both John F. Kennedy and Martin Luther King spoke at that rally. A few years ago, I was asked by the Otis College of Art and Design in California to allow Oh Freedom to be put on billboards around Los Angeles to represent the Charles White Bursary. Whether it's Martin Luther King, John F. Kennedy protest, or Otis in 2022, the necessary message is still the same. I'm here in peace. I'm here to talk. My hands are open. I'm only armed with words. It was very important for me to bring Charles White into the collection, as Charles White was the mentor of Chicago's Kerry James Marshall. I believe Kerry James Marshall is probably the most important living African-American artist today. The work I'm going to show you next, if you could put up Wake. This work I acquired in 2004, one of the strongest narratives and underpinnings of the collection. Kerry James Marshall's Wake. The work up on the screen started out as a black sailing ship with just 20 medallions hanging off it. The 20 medallions, Kerry James constantly adds to it for us. The Kerry James medallions represent the first 20 slaves that came to America. And the wake of doctors and lawyers and judges and caregivers and teachers that would not be in America had it not been for the ancestry to the first 20 slaves. And maybe since Rita and Lisa are here from Chicago, I'll just tell a Chicago story. is Kerry James Marshall is a friend, and about a year and a half ago, I was having breakfast with Kerry James and his wife Cheryl at Yokes, which is just down from the Art Institute of Chicago on Michigan. And I said to Kerry James, I said, the Federation of Museums of America would like to borrow the work for 5 years and have it travel around to small museums. Are you okay with that? And he said, don't talk, listen to me. We had an argument last time and I won. And he said that there's a piece that goes with it on the wall, a photo of a large black sailing ship, a small black sailing ship, and the first 20 slaves that came to America. And then he said, but there's a 21st medallion, because one of the slaves arrived pregnant, and that was the first true African-American. And I get teary-eyed, and his wife Cheryl got teary-eyed and said in the image is Kerry James Marshall as a teenager. He said, I always wanted to be beside Wake. The commercial side, I said, okay, which dealer do I go to? He said, stop talking, I'm giving it to you. And I said, no, we do not accept gifts like that. That's not the relationship. It's a $2 million work, the wall piece. And he said, no, you won last time. I won a $50,000 bet. He's giving me a $2 million piece. So he trusted me as a custodian. So we were, Kerry and I, Kerry's here, Kerry folks, we built the collection together. Kerry and I went to London for the opening of Kerry James Marshall at the Royal Academy. And proudly we go in and we see Rennie collection on the wall. And this shows up if you get to London the next year. But on November 20th, I'm going to Ottawa, and the label on the wall will change from the Rennie collection to the National Gallery in Ottawa. And on the 20th, when I go out there, we're going to host a dinner with John Cratchan to celebrate this. But it's just very important. Sorry, I get ahead of my notes. It's just very, very important that works like this are preserved so the truth will always, always be told. And I had to meet with Kerry James and his wife to see. Thank you. So to me, this is not social jewelry. This is social justice, and we're protecting stories. And not unlike the band and the dancers that we had up here earlier, protecting stories. So if you could put the next work up, Hotspot. So the next work is by Palestinian artist Mona Hatoum. It's Hotspot. I acquired this work in 2006. The lesson learned from this work, with every continent outlined in red neon, is when one of us have a problem, we all have a problem. The list is never ending. Syria, Israel, Ukraine, Palestine, Germany, Africa, and now America. When one of us have a problem, we all have a problem. And this work has helped inform the collection. And one of our philosophies is nothing comes into the collection that speaks to the collection, but Mona's Hotspot helped me move on to other voices in art world, which brings us, if you could put up Alice Neal, please. Which brings us to Alice Neal. This is the canary in the coal mine. Alice Neal's Nazis Murdered Jews. This painting was painted in 1936. This is 5 years before the Holocaust. The warning signs were there throughout history. We have always had early warning signs. Today, we have danger signs all around us. Look at trans. It's not about bathrooms, it's about hate. The problem is, we all think it's going to be different this time. We all think, how bad can it get? I would never have acquired this work if it was painted in 1946, but because it was painted in 1936, it was very important to me to have representation that showed there were early warning signs. And I think we miss a lot of the signs today, or think it's all going to be okay. But to stand up here in front of you, I kept thinking, what are the parallels between your very hard-earned degrees and my art? And the only thing that you're going to take with you along with your diploma is your instinct. And I really believe this. Your instinct will mature over your career and your life. You have to trust it and act on it. I don't have an education, but I have, I think, great instinct, and I've trusted it all the way through. When you think this is a sign, it is. Believe it. To me, and we run our businesses like this, and the art collection is the same way. We are all computers. You carry data. You all carry unique data. When new knowledge comes in, which is really new data, it reinforces the path you're on, or it causes you to change the path. Best evidence by the 117 of you graduating today, all armed with new data. You call it a degree, I call it data. And we have a saying that a person that adheres to a position previously stated when times change is a fool. So listen to your instinct and listen to that data as it comes in. I'm going to go to New York next Monday to meet with the Jewish Museum, as the Jewish Museum would like this work. There's no safer home for this work than the Jewish Museum in New York. I have been a good custodian, but the Jewish Museum is the right custodian. And not unlike Carrie James Marshall, it's very important that these histories are preserved and told in much softer ways. And then the last work, if you could put up Artemisia Gentileschi. Artemisia Gentileschi's Lucretia from 1677 probably is in the collection, the one that got away. It's a work we weren't able to acquire. It's an hour if you wanted to hear it. But I will tell you that the painting taught me one of my greatest life lessons. When we were at the conservator's studio in Paris to look at the work, the conservator said, "Let's take the painting outside." And I said, "No." I said, "It's starting to rain." And his name was Francois, and he said, "No, all art must be looked at in the light it is painted in. All art must be looked at in the light it was painted in. This is how we have to look at others, at our fellow man. It's really simple. Let's look at others in the light they were painted in, whether it's their community they were brought up in, their religion, their racism, their abundance, or their lack of abundance, that light that they were painted in." This resulted in a lot more understanding and a lot more tolerance of our differences in each other, in the fields I'm in, and it should in yours. Times have changed, the landscape has changed. I have used art to understand the world. You're going to use your diploma. You are now going to find new creative ways to bring everyone to the table, new ways to talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion. I am the chair of collectors for the National Gallery in Washington, D.C. On March 9th, the National Gallery opened a show called Elizabeth Catlett, a Black revolutionary artist. If we opened that show today, 6 months later, we would just call it Elizabeth Catlett. Don't poke the bear. Now is not the time to bring canceling attention. We're going to have to find new ways to work around the hate and judgment that is out there. We're going to have to find softer ways to bring up tough topics. Trust your instinct. You are now going to go and find and solve your own Elizabeth Catlett. In closing, in 1992, I came out, surprise. There was advocacy, there was lobbying throughout the 60s, 70s, and 80s. There was Stonewall, there was Harvey Milk, all done without social media. Paving the way for me as a gay male to be seen as included and as equal, to get up here on this stage. We're all going to have to learn a new language to create fairness. Because today, with all of the social media and all of the hate and all of the negative, whether it's trans issues, policing issues, or racial issues, today we have to advocate so hard against the loud and accusational social media, against the negative, against the distortions, that it is read as we're wanting superiority. So we can't fight the way we did before. DEI is being attacked everywhere, so you give me hope. You will find ways to fight this in much softer ways. So find a way to be a Charles White. I'm here to talk. Find a way to be Alice Neal, the canary in the coal mine. Thank you.
Stand here for a second. Bob, thank you so much. Thank you for reminding us of transformation, possibility, and to holding on to our histories and truths. These things are so relevant and important. And as we send our graduates out into the world, thank you for the words of encouragement and for reminding us that there are new ways to engage in all kinds of discourses and practice. Adler University, our work is guided by people, purpose, and partnership, a triangulated framework that connects who we are and how we lead. It reflects our belief that progress deepens and depends on the strength of our relationships. Your life work illustrates how leadership can move beyond the transactional into the transformational. Thank you for your vision. Thank you for the connection. You have shown that culture is not the ornament of society, but the architecture, a structure through which we can learn, remember, and evolve, and move beyond social jewelry to social inclusion and social justice. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, the faculty, and the administration, I'd like to extend a deep appreciation and thank you for all of your vision. I would like to invite you to walk to the podium. Bob Rennie. And so on this 9th day of November 2025, by the authority vested in me as the president of Adler University, I am proud to confer upon you the Doctorate of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
All right, it's time to present the degrees. Woo. Will all of the Master and Master of Arts candidates please stand? Come on. So families and guests, I present to you the candidates for the following degrees. It's a lengthy list, so bear with me, please. Master of Public Policy and Administration with concentration in International Justice Studies. Master of Public Policy and Administration with concentration in Social Change Leadership. Master of Applied Psychology with concentration in Health and Wellness. Master of Applied Psychology with concentration in Health and Resources. Master of Arts in Applied Psychology. Master of Arts in Applied Psychology with concentration in Child and Adolescent Development. Master of Arts in Applied Psychology with concentration in Crisis Management. Master of Arts in Industrial and Organizational Psychology. Master of Arts in Industrial and Organizational Psychology with a concentration in Human Resource Management. Master of Arts in Industrial and Organizational Psychology with concentration in Training and Development. Master of Arts in Industrial and Organizational Psychology with a concentration in Data Science. Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership. Master of Industrial and Organizational Psychology. Master of Counseling Psychology, Art Therapy. Master of Arts in Counseling Psychology. Master of Arts in Counseling Psychology with concentration in School and Youth. Master of Counseling Psychology with concentration in School and Youth. And lastly, our Master of Counseling Psychology degree. President Coleman, will you declare these students graduates of Adler University?
On behalf of the Board of Trustees, the faculty administrators at Adler University, I would like to extend to you my congratulations upon completing the requirements of the Master or Master of Arts degree awarded to you on this day, the 9th of November, 2025, and by the authority vested in me as the president of Adler University, I bestow upon you the degree of Master of Arts with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities therein. Congratulations.
So candidates, please remain standing and approach the stage to be congratulated by President Coleman. I kindly ask that we hold our applause as much as you can until the end so we can celebrate all of today's achievements together. And we will begin with the Master of Public Policy and Administration program. Graduates will approach the stage in the order found in your printed program.
Shiamaka Emaka Onyensu. Valentina Gonzalez Il. Shizoma Hebuzo. Jeanne Alexandria Villarreal Marinas. Miranda Ashbourne Smith. Armita Shabani. Avneet Kaur. Josephine Amponsa. Akoradi Victoria Bamidele. Oluwa Toyin Daniel. Steffi Itola. Wano Jalabadze. Dalmin Kaur. Gagan Kaur. Nishan Kumar. Tonye Sharon Miriki. Helen Mobolaji Ojure. Oluwa Bunmi Oni. Darmina Jakaria Palasan. Sunday Raymond. Sarjan Sandhu. Nikita Singh, Oluwa Kemi Fadeke Uwaya, Shavindi Veerawansha,
Thank you. Shweta Sri Guna Reddy Adiba. Thank you. Sri Abadi. Surgeon Jotkar. Hia Rishi Kandawal. Daniel Martinez Tafoya. Risha Pulicho Chali Sober. Bertilla Bernadine Laburrata Vaz. Iunolua Comfort Albert. Aliyah Eshmal. Jamina Hu. Tara Michelle Norden. Abina Vijayakumar and Asma Tala Salim bin Al Jabir. Thank you. Sarah Tilsley. Gowrie Ashish. Carolyn Brueggemann. Sharustabin Bahar Ukkamar Danesha. Charlotte Emily Handerhauer. Asma Halima Bawalmani Kumar. Alex Cornishuk. Dwani Mulhotra. Jasmintha Johnson Mendosha. Elizabeth Nolan. Caleb Larby Okol. Brindis Ogbenson. Michelle Mahakos. Shannon Ann Rosso. Jenny Endicott. Francesca Shalifu. Zosiane Bergeron. Vishnavi Halima Adawu. Ashwan Anthony. Sarah Boardbar. Vaishnavi. Kelly Christine Cardwell. Ampaka Bori Hopkins Erikosema. Sarah Eskandar Isheni. Rhiannon Summer Fancett. Eugenia LG Kalichi Canoe. Gul Kurana. Nupur Anil Kutan. Gail Zina Noranya. Arian Pat. Majide Shari Azada. Nadini Sherma. Samia Celine Claudine Thompson. Shivani Yalamunchil. Anna Christensen.
Reina Chatha. Daniti Fonseca. Jacqueline Getz. Shualei Huang. Chloe Kwok. Jacqueline McCarty. Marissa B. McNeil. Mars Chu. Irariz Ramirez Granados. Sydney Smith. Natasha Perakivakos.
Margaret Barron. Emma Fletcher. Monette Cargill. Noah David Howitt Grossman. Esther Jian Jang Finn. Sarah Jane Jameson. Kai Tubenschlag. Madeline Wayman. Maren Elizabeth Rogers. Kristen Alicia Dumler. Caitlin Paris Petrovic Alamo. Katrina Konechny. Karen Noel Bentley. Dana Patterson. Alexina Picard. Paula Villagomez Volkers. Lauren Bosson. Amina Kutsia Abdul Razak. Manushi Aurora. Zachary Bernardi. Flora B. Simi Brar. Bella Braun. Nicole Dunning Chadwick. Caleb Chu. Nicole Clausen. Rahel Clayman. Justin Clark. Zhao Zhao Dan. Brooke Davis. Kunali Desai. Baldish Dillon. Faith Ferreira. Mark Foley. Shivani Kolbushan Idu Fotavdar. Lauren Gula. Jordy Harf. Bryn Alice Harris. Katrina Hartley. Chingy Helmich. Sakina Hosani. Genevieve Humphrey. Amaldeep Singh Johal. Sabina Kynes. Zara Lakdir. Loretta Lorwin. Jessie Lee. Mallory McKay. Jane Madsen. Madison Tamara Magnowski. Aaron MacArthur. Aman Mohammadi. Larissa Mowat. Nilofar Nazi. Ling Nagwin. Shannon Danielle O'Keefe. Aniket Shikar Palsule Desai. Aditi Patari. Tori Alexandra Patrician. Rachel Pham. Jessica Pico. Smriti Rajaskar. Rosa Benicia Ramirez Villaseñor. Amal Rashid. Priya Sharma. Megan Schringer. Mihek Somani. Minu Tarong. Zainab Udapurwala. Nathan Veris. Chen Wang. And Talia Wallner.
So congratulations to our newly minted master degree graduates. And at this time, will all doctoral degree candidates please stand? Family and guests, I present to you the candidates for the following doctoral degrees: Doctor of Psychology in Clinical Psychology, Doctor of Philosophy in Industrial and Organizational Psychology, and Doctor of Philosophy in Organizational Leadership. President Coleman, will you declare these students graduates of Adler?
On behalf of the Board of Trustees, the faculty, and the administrators of Adler University, I wish to extend to you my congratulations upon completing the requirements for the Doctor of Philosophy degree awarded to you on this day, November 9th, 2025. By the authority vested in me as the President of Adler University, I bestow upon you the doctoral degree with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities therein. Congratulations.
Candidates, please remain standing and approach the stage to be congratulated by President Coleman. And once again, I kindly ask that we hold our applause until the end so we can celebrate all of today's achievements together. I'll ask. We'll begin with the Doctor of Psychology and Clinical Psychology program, and as before, graduates will approach the stage in the order found in your printed program.
Daniel Asadullahi. Parker Ross Andreas Gerard. Chantal Vargas Juse. Caroline Sophia Matthew Collette. Cosette Leblanc. Carly McDonald. Shahin Sanaei Seisan. Tara D. Good. Elisa Renee Kruta. Iman Askari Bayazi. Elaine Lai.
So congratulations to our doctoral graduates. And at this time, I'd like all of our graduates to stand for a moment, please. So turning your tassel on your regalia from right to left signifies the completion of this part of your graduate education. You may now move your tassels from right to left. And please turn and face the audience. Families and guests, I present to you the Adler University graduating class of 2025.
Congratulations, graduates. You can be seated now. Congratulations to everyone. Today marks the culmination of your years of dedication and determination. It also marks the first step in what you will build as next graduates, alumni, going into the world as Adlerian leaders. As was mentioned earlier, the call for mental health care has never been more immediate. Communities are living with displacement, conflict, loneliness, polarization, as well as rapid technology and change. Health systems are strained, and demand for care sometimes outpaces capacity. People are in need, and people are looking for help. Your work is not optional, it is essential. Please remember your Adler education. Please remember your design, trauma-informed and culturally responsive work, your work to lead interprofessional teams, and the continuous quality improvements to sustain results. All the work you've done in community and partnership all around the world. You are advocates, change makers, leaders, and breakaway thinkers. Breakaway thinking defines part of our tradition here at Adler. Adler broke away from this man named Freud. And it wasn't just for rebellion for its own sake. It was disciplined leadership, challenging convention to create change, and laying the groundwork upon which others would build. He showed that community interest is not optional, but essential. We must work together. We must build together. We must work in collaboration and not in silos. My leadership in scholarship has been a lifelong dedication to inclusion, curiosity, and collaboration. It is in this spirit that I keep working hard every day, and I'm so proud to be the president of Adler. I care about Adler. I care about the ways in which you care about community and the ways in which you've demonstrated that throughout your time here at Adler. Thank you for making us stronger and better. And as you go into the world, we will even become stronger and better as you join those 8,500 others. Whether it's across sectors, across partnerships, we invite you to stay connected. Bring your organizations back into conversation with us. We hope that you will take this time to celebrate. I know some of you will worry about what you're doing next. Don't. Wait. You have time to worry about what's coming next. Take Monday, Tuesday, even Wednesday, and take some time. Celebrate and enjoy. This moment marks not an ending, but a beginning of making new histories at Adler Beyond. I've had more than a few mentors in my life. And one of my mentors was an author who I had the chance to meet before he died, and his name is James Baldwin. Yeah, I'm that old that I met him, but James Baldwin, quote, reminds us that the world is before you, and you need not take it as it was when you came in, end quote. You have the power to reshape the world around you. And finally, in the spirit of art, I'm going to end with some words of poetry. I still miss one of my mentors, June Jordan, who was a professor at the University of Berkeley, and she was founder of an organization called Poetry for the People. Quote, we are the ones we have been waiting for, end quote. You are the ones we've been waiting for, Adlerian graduates. You, class of 2025, and I know the future is in good hands. Thank you, welcome, congratulations, and let's stand and congratulate you one more time. You did it. You did it. Congratulations. Well done. Thank you. We are going to have the recessional. We will walk out, and please, we will be led by the bagpipes. Thank you so much. And we will recess now. Thank you again, and congratulations to everyone.